Orlando Romero of Peru. Tim Ryan, Gil Clancy, and Sugar Ray Leonard here at ringside. And those of you looking in who have not heard of Orlando Romero have every reason to be asking, who is this guy? Well, he is #1 ranked by the World Boxing Association, and that, of course, does not always mean that he should be the #1 ranked fighter in the world, and certainly in the opinion of most boxing experts, that is the case, that Romero may not even be top 10 material. However, he is ranked #1 by that organization, and therefore Boom Boom Mancini must defend his crown against him in a mandatory defense. And one thing about this young man from Trujillo, Peru, he is unbeaten in 31 bouts, 30 victories, 1 draw early in his career. He has never been stopped, never been down, and he has been in against 3 fairly well-regarded boxers. He holds victories over Leonidas Asprilla, who gave Aaron Pryor a difficult fight, going 10 rounds before being stopped and doing a very creditable job through that time. He has beaten Jerome Artis, a very well-regarded and difficult lightweight who has been in with the best and has always been a very difficult fighter, and Antonio Cruz. But he is in tonight battling against the champion of the world, WBA version, Ray Boom Boom Mancini from Youngstown, Ohio. And Ray Mancini, who lost in his first try for the title against Alexis Arguello for the WBC crown, won it in May of 1982 from Art Frias, and has defended it since then against Duk-Koo Kim of Korea in that tragic knockout that resulted in the death of Kim. Since then, he has had one fight, a non-title victory over George Feeney. And he will have the Italian-American population of New York City and many of his non-Italian fans in New York behind him here. Lenny Mancini, Ray's father, at ringside. He fought in this very same ring in 1940. A 6-round draw with Marty Servo on the same card as the Henry Armstrong-Pedro Montanez title fight. This ring is more than 50 years old. His son, Ray Mancini, will defend his crown in it. We'll be back with round 1 in a moment.
WBA #1 lightweight contender with an undefeated record of 30 wins and 1 draw, 12 by knockout, weighing in at 134 3/4 pounds. In the blue trunks with yellow trim, from Trujillo, Peru, Orlando Romero. And in the blue corner, the WBA lightweight champion, with a record of 26 wins and only 1 loss, 20 big knockouts. He weighs 135 pounds in the black trunks with red trim from Youngstown, Ohio. Ladies and gentlemen, Ray Boom Boom Mancini.
It is fight night at the Garden. Ray Boom Boom Mancini, making his first appearance in Madison Square Garden, will defend his crown against Orlando Romero. They both came in at the limit with the Peruvian just a quarter pound under. Mancini at 135. 22-year-old Ray Boom Boom Mancini, 26-1. His only defeat at the hands of Alexis Arguello, 20 knockouts. Romero, 30-0-1 with 12 knockouts. Not known as a puncher. Watching him in the gym, he appears to be a very competent boxer with good stamina, a strong-looking fighter. Not a lot of punching power. He has 12 knockouts in 30 wins. It is his first bout outside of his own country of Peru.
Well, Tim, as we have pointed out many a time, in the first round of a fight like this, you have to watch very, very closely because both guys are a little tight and anything can happen.
The referee is Tony Perez from New York. The judges are Yusaka Yoshida from Japan, Viso Fernandez from Puerto Rico, and Ocasio Drake from Panama.
Tim, the fact that Romero was a southpaw, I don't think will bother Ray Mancini very much. He fought Ramirez, who was one of the best southpaws in the world, and won all 10 rounds.
And Gil, also, Mancini has a very good left hook, and left hook is very effective with the southpaw. Left hook to the body, come to the head. It works every time.
2 good straight lefts by Romero, Ray.
Romero is carrying the weight of his nation on his back. gladly. He has the flag on his trunks. The people around him say he is not here for himself. He is here for Peru. They have never had a boxing champion. He landed a good straight left to the face of the champion, Mancini.
Tim, and a good right hook behind it. Looks like a pretty competent fighter.
His handlers say you will enjoy this bout. It will be a great fight. Do not underestimate our Romero.
Tim, when you see a fighter for the first time, it's always a question of whether he can take a punch. Now, his manager said he's never been down. We know he's been in with Estrella, who's a good puncher, so apparently he can take a good punch.
The thing to watch out with Romero, you notice he moves to his right, so he's able to get that left hand off because he's a southpaw and he's unorthodox. There he caught Mancini with that left hand. Mancini has to be very careful about keeping his left foot on the outside of Romero's right foot.
And what Mancini is doing so far, Ray, he's leaning that head. There was the way he should move.
That's the
left
shot.
hook on the right hand on the chin. But up until that time, he was bending to his right, which is very, very dangerous against the southpaw.
Under 30 seconds to go, round number 1. I'm sure the Peruvian corner, headed by Juan Hanosa, will be just glad to have their fighter through one here on foreign soil and back and relaxing. So far, Romero has not looked out of place.
The way he fought this round, then, maybe he doesn't have to relax.
Final seconds of round 1. Round number 2, and the blue trunks, the challenger, Orlando Romero of Peru, the champion Ray Boom Boom Mancini. Fresh from the Italian festival in the Mulberry section of New York City. A lot of his fans here tonight, although a somewhat disappointing crowd, an estimated 10 or 11,000. Not a sellout at Madison Square Garden to watch Boom Boom's first appearance in the big arena.
Tim, in Romero's corner, they had him standing, which I don't like. I believe the fighter should sit down so they can give him full attention, but they were putting pressure underneath his left eye. I don't know why. I don't see any mark. I don't see any bleeding from the nose, but they were putting pressure underneath that left eye.
It looked to me like they were holding his nostrils open as though he may have some kind of a breathing problem. I saw it a little bit differently than you did, but we'll certainly watch carefully between rounds.
Well, a point to bring out whether or not Romero is qualified. He's defeated Jerome Artis, and incidentally, Jerome Artis was the first guy to defeat me in the amateurs. And Artis, very good fighter, very good boxer.
Artis has given lots of top fighters difficult times and beaten many of them, so that is a good win in Romero's column. He is unbeaten in 31 bouts.
Right now, Romero was holding his own with Ray inside. And Ray is a strong guy.
One thing, two factors really to be remembered about Mancini, and that is that he did not look terrific against George Feeney. His first bout after the Dooku Kim tragedy, and then when he was scheduled to fight Kenny Bogner in South Africa, the fight was postponed when he hurt his shoulder in training, and that was supposed to be back in the accident happened in April, and so he has not fought since the Feeney fight in February.
But the way these guys are going at it,
right,
stamina and endurance would be the key factor here.
Tim, Mancini's body is like a rock.
It is, Gil, I tell you. He has a very unusual training techniques. He rolls, he pushes up, logs up hills. He carries sand on his back, jumps on tires. He's in tremendous shape.
Well, I don't know why Romero was fighting him inside. I think Romero should be trying to outbox him.
45 seconds remaining in round number 2. Orlando Romero of Peru trying to make believers out of the crowd here at the Garden.
It would be a great win for him to take back to Peru. And what he's trying to do with Mancini is draw him into that left hand, Tim.
Also, they've been banging heads pretty good. You can expect to see one of these guys busted up at any time. Look at him move Mancini around. Mancini's supposed to be the strong guy. There's the heads going again.
Well, Mancini can't gain his balance because his foot comes inside of Romero's foot. And it's difficult to punch with the southpaw.
Of round number 2, Mancini with a good combination. Blood from under the left eye of Romero. On the cut under his left eye, it is just under the left eye. It will not bleed into the eye, but it is in a very tender spot. Ray Mancini, in his corner, they were icing down underneath his eyes. This is round number 3, scheduled for 15 under the WBA rules. Still the championship distance.
Well, Ray hurt Romero just at the end of the last round, Tim, and I think Ray knows it. He's going to go all out now.
Romero just smacked him with a good left hook to open the round.
And you have to continue to watch that left hand, straight right left hand of Romero, because he's been throwing it.
But he's standing right in front of Mancini. And Mancini's forte is his strength. I don't know why Romero is fighting this kind of a fight. A good left hand by Romero.
Very few fighters can maintain this pace with a fight like Mancini, because Mancini's style is aggressive and tenacious. He gets inside and he works very hard.
Mancini is moving the way he should move to right. He's moving to his left, keeping that foot outside Romero's right now. And Romero's letting him do it. There's a big right hand by Mancini.
And the reason it landed was because, again, Gil, Mancini kept that foot on the outside of Romero, and that right hand was very effective.
That's right. It's mind over matter when you fight a southpaw. The southpaw should be trying to go the other way, but he's fighting Mancini's fight.
Mancini banging to the body successfully. There is a Peruvian contingent here cheering for Romero.
Tim, Romero is giving a good account of himself inside. He's landing as well as Romero, as well as Mancini.
He is the Latin American and South American Continental Champion, Orlando Romero of Peru.
Tim, you know, he's a strong guy, too. Deceptively strong.
Now watch it. You notice the way Mancini's foot was on the outside, and he threw a great body shot.
Romero's last outing, a 10-round decision over one Julio Melon in May. And for Mancini back in February, his 10-round win over George Feeney.
Good straight left hand by Romero.
Good left hand. Under a minute to go on round number 3. Blood from that cut under his eye, not affecting his vision.
Then he knows he's fighting for the title. He wants that title. Yeah, Mancini bends to his right too often. He should be bending the other way. Set up that right hand with the left hook.
Under 30 seconds to go. Round number 3. Left hand lead landed. Mancini punching back but missed.
And Romero is setting Mancini up with that left hand. Watch. You notice when he brings him in with that right jab, then all of a sudden he throws that left hand. Like he did just there.
A little over anxious now, though, Ray. He's reaching. He's going to get nailed if he does that.
Final seconds. From Madison Square Garden, the champion Mancini in black, the challenger Romero in blue.
Romero is starting to reach with that left hand, Tim, which could be very, very dangerous. Have to set up that left hand, just the way Mancini has to set up his right hand. Can't reach with it.
Tim Ryan, Gil Clancy, Sugar Ray Leonard watching Boom Boom Mancini defend against Orlando Romero.
All right, Rick.
The late Korean boxer Dooku Kim came into the match against Mancini as an unknown quantity, proved to be a tremendously competitive boxer. Indeed, it was all even after 10.
You see what's happening now, Tim? Mancini's starting to work that body now. Slow down, Romero. The left hooks are starting to land. He's getting closer, and his punches look far more effective.
Romero now, I think, is cut on the nose as well as underneath the eye, Tim. Unless it's blood from the eye, but it looked like he got cut on the nose.
We're a minute into the 4th round.
There he is. He's over anxious with that left hand. He's forgetting to box, trying a little too hard.
Also, Mancini is starting to utilize his jab a little bit more to get in close, to get in position to do some damage.
All right, Rick.
Mancini's doing it the right way now, Ray. See that left hook underneath? Sets up the right hand.
You can't miss that body, Gil.
You know, even if the guy's arm is there, throw the punch anyhow. Even if you hit him on the arm, you'll set up that straight right hand. Of course, Romero should be doing the opposite, the same thing the opposite way.
Tough infighting, both fighters landing in that exchange.
Again, Romero is a very strong guy physically, because Ray can usually outmuscle anybody. He's having trouble with this guy.
Under a minute to go in the 4th round. close quarter combat so far.
Left hand by Romero, but nothing on it. Reached in, powder puff punch.
Does not appear to be a big puncher. Has only 12 knockouts in his 30 wins, but he is a strong-looking fighter.
He's not doing anything now except trying to throw that left hand, though. He has to put his punches together to stay in this fight.
Caught Mancini with a left hook. 15 seconds remaining. Round 4.
Okay, break. Break. Fuera, pintura.
Mancini now has a swelling, pretty bad swelling, over his left eye.
Mancini's got a slight cut on his left eyelid, and that eye is somewhat swollen. This is round number 5. Romero with a cut underneath the left eye. It came in round 2.
Tim, if this fight goes 3 or 4 more rounds, that left eye of Mancini is going to close tight as a drum unless they really put pressure on it. A lot of cold, a lot of pressure between rounds.
If he blows his nose, Gil, will flare just as quick.
Now, Romero sees that, and he's using that right jab. Watch the way he's using a jab this round. He hasn't used it in the fight. Good combination by Romero.
Boom, boom, Mancini.
Mancini's punches are wide, Tim.
Making his second title defense. Orlando Romero getting his first chance at a world championship and wanting so badly to bring some prestige to his country of Peru. You know, suffering economically and politically.
You know, Ray, my opinion of what I'm seeing here with Mancini now, he has sacrificed hand speed and correct punching for strength. They've given him all these strengthening things, but I think it's taken away a little bit from his hand speed and the fact that he can punch straight.
Well, for his sake, Gil, I think he has to get inside in order to utilize that strength that he has.
Romero is tattooing him this round pretty good.
I think the time to look for something to really happen dramatically is inside when they start exchanging blows.
Romero looked very, very good in the beginning of the round when he was using that right jab. It's amazing now how he forgot about it when he's gone back to brawling again. That's Mancini's cup of tea. Oh, good right hook by Romero.
That's what it pays to be in shape at all times, especially as a champion and as a fighter. Well, these guys who consider relatively unknown fighters, they come here to win.
Under a minute to go in the 5th round. Well, Boom Boom Mancini said, I'm in top shape. I always get in shape no matter who my opponent is. And he claimed that he was ready to go.
Straight left hand by Romero, and then a good right jab by Romero. Another jab by Romero.
Romero doing a good job in this round, his best thus far.
Well, when Romero is able to land that left hand, he should come back with something.
Mancini's corner is frantically calling him on. They wanted to really move this guy back. Good left hook by Mancini.
Down to the 22nd mark in this 5th round.
Romero grabbed him. Could be a sign that he's been hurt a little bit. Ah, there's that wide left hook again. Very wide. Just an arm punch.
Coming to the end of round number 5.
In that round with you, I detected frustration on your part, even here.
I'm not in my way I was performing, though I'll watch it over and over, and I'm sure I want to correct it. Some of the comments by the commentators. I don't agree with everything they say. I mean, come on.
But you were having some difficulty. Would you agree with that?
At the time, I couldn't get off. Yeah, I was feeling a little tight in there, but like I said, I started to loosen up. But I never felt I was out of control. As you can see, I don't look worried in the fight. I felt like I was moving the guy, doing what I wanted with him.
Ain't nothing you'd have to change major.
Oh, naturally, I'm going to have to change. There's some things. I got hit with too many lefts. I'll be the first to admit. But you'll see me starting to slip him.
All right, Boom.
He explodes off his stool here for round number 6, scheduled for 15. The challenger, Orlando Romero of Peru, so far has proved to be a worthy challenger.
Tim, that left eye of Mancini's is looking more angry all the time.
And that's why I think he's going to work so fast, Gil.
Well, he better do something. Very close fight right now in my book.
Because where the swelling is on Mancini's eye,
Good straight right hand to the body by Ray.
it could be a handicap.
Boom, boom, Mancini. His father, Lenny, his mother, Ellen, other members of his family here at ringside. Romero lands a good combination.
Out-punch Ray in that exchange, 2-1.
Now we're talking about hand speed.
Romero has been married for the past 6 months. His wife, Anna, is not here.
Tim, if Romero is making any mistake at all, is it being over-anxious with that straight left hand.
Oh,
big right hand.
Mancini with a huge right hand. Romero comes back battling.
Tim, it didn't hurt him at all. Didn't hurt Romero at all.
On the left of the head by Mancini.
Well, when Mancini throws that body shot, he should come up with the right hand too. He's in position to do it. He's making the mistake of blowing up with just one shot. And that one shot very seldom comes.
Into the halfway mark. Round 6, scheduled for 15.
Ray threw 4 punches, didn't land a punch. If I was Ray, I'd go back to that body and stay there for it. I'll just forget about the head altogether. Just bang away at that body. Well, use his superior strength and conditioning.
Well, going to that body kill, he will miss very seldom.
Good right hand by Mancini. Down to the 45-second mark, round 6. Good right hand, Mancini on the lead.
Best right hand, best punch of the fight by Mancini. And Romero came right back with a straight left hand of his own.
Under 30 seconds to go in round number 6.
All right, break.
I think Romero is getting a little tired, Tim. Looks like he's a little tired.
All right, break.
Coming to the end of the 6th round, scheduled for 15. Mancini looking on, the man who has been an inspiration to his son, his climb to the world title that he wanted to win so badly for his father, who had lost a split decision to Sam Angot, then lightweight champion.
Good left hand by Romero, Tim, right on the button.
There was a non-title fight by Lenny Mancini at the time, and now his son has won the crown for him, defending it here against Orlando Romero in blue. Good combination by Romero again.
I thought that Romero was getting a little tired at the end of the last round, but he came out pretty fresh.
So did I, Gil, but he looks very good here. This fight definitely will be dependent upon stamina and endurance. These guys have been hitting each other with some tremendous shots.
Good combination by Romero. He's a very calm, almost impassive young man. Does not seem to be bothered by fighting outside of the country for the first time.
When he moves and boxes, he's much more effective. Best punch of the fight by Romero. Caught Mancini coming in right on the button.
And the thing is, you see, he's landing those big shots, but he's throwing one shot, Tim. He needs to come back with something. You rock a guy one punch, you come back with something. That's how you put a guy down.
Well, Orlando Romero may add some credibility to the WBA ratings, which is always a problem for that organization. I'm not sure there's any way he can be number 1, but he has so far been a most worthy contender. We're in the 7th round. Big exchange, both fighters landed.
Romero's hands are a little quicker, Tim.
Yes, they are.
Punching inside Ray's punches.
There's a great deal of national pride involved with both fighters. For Romero, he will be the first champion from his country to win a championship.
Under a minute to go in the 7th round.
Tim, they've been trading rounds. These guys taking turns. In my book, anyhow, winning a round. Mancini won the last round. Looks like unless something big happens this round, it's Romero's round. Again, Romero beat him to the punch. Punched inside his punches.
Followed right by Mancini. Romero certainly has shown a willingness to stay right there with Mancini.
It looks like Mancini may be cut under the right eye, Tim. Either that or it's a bad abrasion.
15 seconds remaining. Down to 10, pardon me. Approaching the end of round number 7. Another left by Romero. There does appear to be a cut under the left eye of Mancini as the round comes to the close. So boom, boom, Mancini. Again with his hands full as he had them full with Doo-Koo Kim, the unknown South Korean who battled so valiantly in his outing in Las Vegas. That fight tragically ending in death for the Korean. And Boom Boom Mancini, since that time, a 10-round decision in a non-title bout over George Feeney. And gentlemen, as we watch them work on the eye, one has to wonder about the effects of the layoff. We'll go back and see Romero's punch in this round, but one wonders, there's that good shot coming up here by Romero. One wonders about the layoff of Mancini, having not fought since February.
Well, certainly, Tim, that's a significant factor. He had that one fight with George Feeney. He didn't look too sharp, and that wouldn't have been a bad idea to give him 1 or 2 more non-title fights.
The handler slow to get out of the Romero corner.
And Mancini couldn't wait to get at Romero. Now they've been trading rounds. Maybe it's Mancini's turn. Let's see if one of these guys can win 2 rounds in a row.
This is round number 8. Slight cut under the right eye of Mancini. A cut under the left eye of the challenger Romero. Tim Ryan, Gil Clancy, Sugar Ray Leonard, Madison Square Garden. A good right hand scored by Mancini.
I would like to see Mancini go to the body just a little bit more to slow this man down, because Romero, he's in there, he retaliates, and he throws some very good shots.
The thing that Romero is doing, he's punching inside Mancini's punches. That left hand of his goes. There's that wide left hook by Mancini again.
Big left hand by Romero.
He tried to do it again.
You watch the way Romero's style is. He rocks back and forth. He draws Mancini in, and he connects with the that left hand.
There's been no evidence of the collarbone injury Mancini suffered in a freak training accident for the Bogner fight that did not come off as a result of it. He seems to be throwing fluidly with both arms.
You know, another thing that's happening here, Tim, is Romero is gaining confidence. Here's a guy who came in to fight a world champion in the champion's country. Now he's gaining confidence in this fight. He's starting to loosen up a little more. There's his big mistake again, reaching with that straight left hand.
Every time Romero gets over inches, that's when Mancini's able to come on strong.
Both fighters landing in that exchange.
There seems to be signs of fatigue now, Romero.
Well, he has those 2 cuts.
He's starting to reach now to telegraph his punches. That's the sign of fatigue. Now this one, this Mancini normally comes on strong.
Nearly knocked through the ropes right above us.
Well, push through the ropes would be more like it, Tim.
Yes, I agree. Under a minute to go in round 8.
Now all those unusual training techniques that Mancini goes through, this is when he can utilize it.
Wide miss with the right hand by Mancini, and another miss by the right hand.
And Mancini has a cut over his left eye, Tim. Looks like a pretty angry cut.
This is a new cut, and it is bleeding badly. "15 seconds remaining. Round number 8. The Peruvian, Orlando Romero.
Mancini's in the fight of his life right now, Tim.
The champion, Ray Boom Boom Mancini. Final seconds, round 8. The blood will not run in, then it may not be as serious. There you can see it, but it's a pretty good rip, Gil.
Pretty good rip, Tim, and he still has this, he still has the swelling underneath that left eye, Tim. If he gets hit on that, that could bust open. But he has a pretty good rip over that left eye right now.
Orlando Romero, when he went to his corner, sat down looking a little bit weary, but his handlers have him up on his feet. Round number 9.
You know, Tim, we've mentioned a lot of times before, a fighter can be very, very tired, thinks he can't throw another punch, and all of a sudden he sees he cut the other guy. It's like it gives him the oxygen to fight 2 more rounds.
Well, I think this is a close fight through 8 rounds.
Well, I have the fight fairly even. Fight's in the balance right now.
Scheduled for 15, Tim Ryan with Gil Clancy, Sugar Ray Leonard at Madison Square Garden.
Watch the left jab. When Mancini throws the left jab, he gets in close, and he's able to land that right hand. A lot of times he's throwing those overhand rights, and they're not really landing that cleanly. That's why he doesn't do that much damage.
Well, if anything, right now, Ray knows he's cut, and I think he may be trying a little too hard. If that's possible.
He just set up Romero with that for overhand right.
There's his best punch. He has to throw that left hook underneath, come back with that right hand on the chin. There it is again.
Now he's throwing 2 punches.
Well, that's the best combination. That's the way to fight a southpaw. Move to your left, whack that left hand underneath, and hit him on the chin.
And he's not throwing one shot, Gil. He's starting to put his punches together. And this is what he has to do against a southpaw and against a fighter like Romero.
Well, you know, Ray, a lot of people disagree with the theory that you and I have that you should be moving to the left. A lot of people keep saying throw right hands. Sure, it's okay to throw him, but how do you hit the guy unless you set him up?
You have to set him up, Gil. Keep in position. And at this point now, Mancini has his momentum going.
Halfway through this 9th round, a good half round for Boom Boom Mancini, the champion.
You know, up to this point, Mancini has landed a few good punches, but they haven't moved. There he goes!
Solid right hand, right on the chin.
The left hook was perfect. He got inside, he was in position, and he didn't throw 1 punch, Tim. He threw 2.
That's it. Orlando Romero cannot make the count. Tony Perez steps in, and Boom Boom Mancini has defended his title successfully for the 2nd round with a 9th round knockout. And he came off a severe cut in round number 8 with a purpose in the 9th round and a beautiful 2-punch combination as his father, Lenny Mancini, looking on with satisfaction and some calm. And there's his mother, Ellen, as they have seen their son defend his title for the 2nd time, and how he defended it against a very solid performance from an unknown contender, Orlando Romero of Peru, ranked number 1, who was doing awfully well in a close fight, but Mancini the champion.
Boom Boom, let's take a look now at the knockdown. You pick it up for us. What was going through your mind?
Well, I hit him with a few good shots, and I was backing him up. And I think you'll see me throw a right hand. Yeah, there it is. And I felt that punch. I felt that I hit him with a good shot there. And right there, you know, I'm just letting the punches flow. And I happen to just throw a good left, you know, left hook just landed. It's instinct. You throw one, you come back with the other. There it is.
At any point, Boom Boom, and we're going to see a different angle, did any of the bleeding or the swelling around the eyes bother you?
No, I didn't even know I was cut until I came back to the round. It never bothered me because I felt in full control. I got a good cut man in Paul Persfield, and I feel confident with him, and there's no problem.
Your
Boom.
jarring left hand. Romero said you caught him with a lucky punch.
Well, I'm